Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on your hometown station, KHTS AM 1220, with the Neighborhood Watch. And it's a bittersweet episode of the Neighborhood Watch this week, folks. In the studio, we have Deputy Josh Dubin, who is broadcasting his last show as the co-host of the Neighborhood Watch.
Wait, are we clapping now?
I think the
Wait a minute.
the live studio audience here wants to hear some applause. All right.
Wait. So me leaving is worthy of applause?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah. Where's the boo sound? There we go.
Introducing.
There we go. That was good, Kyle.
Kevin.
Good job.
Kevin Duxbury. I need headphones. Are you guys playing that sound?
Yeah.
Making fun of me.
Yeah.
All right. And Deputy Kevin Duxbury, welcome to the Neighborhood Watch.
Well, thank you.
And so we're going to talk a little bit about our outgoing show host, Deputy Josh Dubin, and our new incoming show host, Deputy Kevin Duxbury. A talk that the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station gave at the Domestic Violence Center, a recent situation we had in the Santa Clarita Valley, a rare episode of human trafficking, which we don't have charges of that too often. Deputy Dubin, your thoughts, reflections. A year and a half we've been doing this.
We have been
and
doing
now
this.
you're saying goodbye.
I am. And you put a story on hometownstation.com.
I did a little retrospective.
You did. That was very nice of you.
Genuflect on a career.
Yeah. It was very
thus
nice of
far.
you. So I got selected and offered a position to be a detective.
Hero Squad.
Yes. Hero Squad. To be a detective. I don't even know what Hero Squad is.
It's an Arrested Development reference.
Is that a show?
Yep. Wow.
Why is Kyle laughing
Let's
at me?
just not slow it down. Just keep going.
I feel like
we're focused on your promotion right now.
not
to
on
detective.
Arrested Development.
Not on Arrested Development. We missed
that
the
a good
reference.
show?
I dropped the. It doesn't matter.
Did you know the Entourage movie is coming out in a couple
Oh my
months?
goodness. I'm so glad that Deputy Josh Dubin caught on to Entourage 8 years after it went off the air. But let's focus on your promotion. I'm
Listen.
really glad you discovered that on Netflix.
The HBO Go app on my iPad is something magical.
And Deputy Duxbury, I want to encourage you to listen to what's going on and watch how the show gets derailed. Because we try to focus twice a month on Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station activities, outreach, crime news, let people know about crime trends and crime prevention so they can be aware and be safe. And Josh just kind of then takes the show in his direction. So just notes, show notes if you want to. Go ahead.
Very good.
Okay.
Detective?
Not yet. Not until April 5th.
So I can't call you that until April 5th.
Correct.
Okay, sorry. Deputy.
So I got offered this job, and the job is going to be at the Pitches Detention Center. They have an office building there. And basically, it's a group of detectives and some supervisors that investigate crimes that happen in jail facilities. So I'm going to be leaving Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station, going to a completely different command, different set of supervisors. And, yeah, we're going to give that a try, and I'm excited.
You guys generally work in partners as detectives? Kind of like
You know what?
Deputy Patrol, or-
I've never been a detective.
Oh, okay.
So...
Well, they didn't say like, they give
I
you
do know
some
who-
hard, wizened
Well,
detective.
I do know
ride
somebody
along with.
that's going to be on my team.
Is it somebody we've met before?
It is.
Is it Deputy Mark Manskar?
It is.
Detective.
Now detective.
Now
yes.
Detective Manskar.
Right. Formerly of the Crime Prevention Unit. So
Formerly of the Saugus Crime Prevention Unit
correct.
Zone Leader.
That's a good memory that you
And
have. there.
recall. He's I've seen him out there. Is he still sporting the shaved head like you?
I believe so.
Oh, right on.
I
So
haven't
are you
seen
guys
him.
going to be on a patrol together?
Well-
Because you're both pretty big dudes with shaved heads,
Right. Well, and we very well might wear suits.
matching outfits,
Maybe we'll have matching ties.
little handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah, absolutely. Elwood and
Isn't one of the Blues Brothers shorter than the other one though?
yeah.
I
but
mean, we're both pretty.
you're
like,
both about
6'5".
6'5", yeah.
Right.
well,
So
you'll just have to grow chops, so we can tell you apart.
right. So, anyways, this is my last Neighborhood Watch show, and I posted a little thing on my Facebook page about it, just because if you remember back.
It
in,
sounded a little melancholic, if I may.
Well, that's
It's a bittersweet message, he says.
yeah. Oh,
I read
you know
it.
what? Do you remember when I first? It was about a year and a half ago or so. We were talking on the phone one day. We were talking about some incident that happened in Santa Clarita, and we just started brainstorming. Like, it would be a good idea if we, had this thing. And at the time, I spoke to Captain Becker about that, and you spoke to Carl and Jerry, and
Magic was born.
magic was born.
And here we are, 18 months later. What was the initial reaction when you took it to the captain?
He was like, well, and I had to,
He's like, how well do you know this
Right.
red-headed Perry?
yeah. Can you trust him? He's large and he has
And ginger.
right.
He probably said ginger, didn't he?
I don't think he did.
Nah.
That would be inappropriate.
Captain Becker wouldn't use a slur like that.
No.
He goes, it's a hurtful
Right.
word for us.
Yes. For us.
For my people.
Well.
Oh, brother.
Anyway, so I think we have a couple of different things to talk about. We're going to introduce my replacement, who is Deputy Kevin Duxbury, who is live in studio right now.
Deputy Kevin Duxbury, you ready to grab that mic and just take over?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And Sergeant Ron Olfert, well, is he retired?
He is retired.
He's retired. But he's going to be talking to us and giving us some embarrassing stories about you and your training.
You know,
hopefully.
he texts me and he goes, it's your last show. He was my former supervisor.
Sure.
It was him and Sergeant Darren Harris, who's now a lieutenant, and then Sergeant Olfert retired and moved up to,
So you chased everyone away from the station?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
He moved to, I don't know where he moved, Northern California or somewhere to the great beyond. But he's going to be calling from somewhere in the great beyond because
Okay.
he wanted to say hi to you, more importantly.
He's a good man.
And he wanted,
Off-road team.
Yes.
That was his
gig.
purview.
And he wanted to say goodbye to me. So, anyways, we'll
We
take
gotta
a break.
take a quick break. We'll be right back on Your Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on Your Neighborhood Watch with Deputy Josh Dubin and Deputy Kevin Duxbury going in. Kyle, what inspired you to play the Melissa McLaughlin? You're getting a little emotional.
You knew who that was off the top of your head? Melissa McLaughlin? Sarah McLaughlin?
Sarah McLaughlin, sorry. So I obviously didn't know who that was off the top of my head. So I'm going to have to go hand in my Sarah McLaughlin greatest hits album.
Does your girlfriend make you watch The Bachelor?
No comment.
Okay. Sorry.
Where did that come from? Shots fired, first of all, but unprovoked.
It wasn't really unprovoked.
It kind of felt unprovoked.
Well,
We're sitting here playing an emotional musical tribute to you, and your response is a shot at me.
and
You know I have to watch The Bachelor.
and you enjoy it.
No, it's over. The season is over. I'll have you know. Chris chose someone.
But do we know who?
I don't know.
Okay.
You know what though? I was talking to Anessa from All American Bail Bonds, and she actually brought up the fact that we spend an exorbitant amount of time talking about Starbucks and social media, and not Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station outreach and crime prevention. So I'm just throwing that out there for your next hijack of the show. We're getting comments and questions about our Starbucks discussion.
All right.
So, anyways, Sarah McLaughlin, talk a little bit about your time with the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station. How did you get here? I know your first assignment as a Santa Clarita Valley guy was in pitches, was it not?
Right.
Like many
Right.
deputies who worked the station. You started in custody,
Right.
and then how long were you there?
Well, I was only there about 7-8 months, and then I went out to Palmdale Station. And then I came to Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station in 2010. And since I've been here, I've done a
Why
number.
are you trying to act like you didn't serve in Carpinteria? Or no?
Oh, in Catalina.
Catalina.
I did. You know, when I was
the mean streets of Catalina.
I think that was like the 2000, a good 7 to 9 months in 2000.
It was a good 7 to 9 months, wasn't
8-ish,
it?
2008-ish. And
True or false? They only patrol in golf carts out there.
No, that's false.
Oh,
They do have golf carts and T3s and now Jeeps.
they have. Wow. But you're not like. I mean, no one has a car on the road there, right?
There's a wait. From my understanding, there's a waiting list to get a car onto the island, so it's much more conducive to get a golf cart because you can do it. I mean, and the gas there is phenomenally expensive.
I would imagine it's like boated in or something.
Right.
So, yeah.
There was a lot of interesting things there. And again, I could be wrong if my memory serves me correctly. When you flush the toilet there, it's salt water. But when you turn on your sink, it's fresh water because they have a water shortage there of clean water or of fresh water. So they do the toilets with the ocean water.
Should I ask how you found out that there's salt water in the toilet, or is that a part of that 7 to 9 month period we don't talk about?
Right.
Okay. All right. So then after that, you went to Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station in 2010?
Yes.
And what were you didn't start off in the crime prevention unit. You were a patrol deputy?
Right. I started on patrol, and then I went to a car with another deputy, and we were working for the Cobra team, and we worked primarily in
The Cobra team. That has to be the coolest detective unit of all. Like, everybody wants to be on the Cobra team, right?
They have
Do you
a
get
cool
Cobra
name.
badges?
They have
Do
a cool, like a little snake
Yeah.
symbol.
you should.
So I worked on loan for them, doing various things, mostly working with gang members and different things like that. So that was an
Working
interesting-
against, not with, right?
Right.
Okay.
You know what I meant. Everybody knew what I meant.
Probably.
So then after that, I became a field training officer, and after that, I went to the crime prevention unit. I started in the Newhall zone, and then kind of worked the media stuff, and then really have been trying to grow the media program with the station. Obviously, the support of Captain Becker and Captain Johnson now has been, instrumental in.
And that's really interesting, and that's something I wanted to talk about, and we're going to ask Sergeant Olford about, because he was involved in your training, right?
Right.
So he's going to be on the next segment. But as far as this whole idea of having a social media deputy and somebody who's doing that, it is kind of all a very new concept when you were coming on.
Really, yeah,
to the Santa Clarita
was.
Station.
You know what? It was, Lieutenant Canberra and Darren Harris and a couple other people kind of toyed with it, but to really have a person dedicate a lot of time in the week to a social media and to outreach and to community involvement, and then really partnering with the media and working closely with the media, all the media, was something that the sheriff's department's kind of gravitating towards. But also, I mean, for me to be allowed to do that was really, really awesome. So.
Yeah, and why you? I mean,
I don't know why.
how did you get, carry this responsibility? You did want to pursue it a little. I mean, you were kind of interested in the technology aspect of things. And
right. And, it was, and I grew up out here. And so
knowing the area helps.
Right. And when you're driving down the street growing up, even, people today, we get a ton of comments on, different Facebook posts, Santa Clarita community and different things like that. Hey, what's going on over here? What's going on over here? And for somebody, not knowing what's going on, it could cause, worries or fears like, hey, am I safe in my neighborhood? Should I go outside? Should I not go outside? What are they looking for? Is it something as simple as, a missing person, or is it an armed suspect? So really to be able to provide that interaction and timely, accurate information, I think is really powerful.
And where it's especially powerful from our end is where we see, when there is a story out there and there's not that information yet, people will fill in the blanks and draw their own conclusions and post those conclusions online and disseminate those through social media.
And still today, some people take what they read online or on the internet as gospel, but,
which you can do if you're reading hometownstation.com or the LASD
What do you think about
website.
that plug, Kyle?
He approves. He's my boss. He gave it the sign off, the nod.
Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness. But
okay,
yeah.
maybe gospel's too far.
Right.
Okay, fine.
But, when there's an active situation and it's, breaking and deputies are just getting on scene, setting up a containment, we have the unknown even as deputies rolling into a situation. Yeah, social media moves fast, as anybody that uses it knows. So oftentimes people will, and unfortunately there's even been media outlets that have drawn their own conclusion at time and then will, fix it later. But so I feel like, having that information out there in a timely fashion is certainly powerful and beneficial to the community.
And I want to talk to you a little bit more about those kind of some of the early lessons you learned and how the position has changed since you took it over. We have to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after a message from All American Bail Bonds on your hometown station for the Neighborhood Watch on AM 1220 KHTS.